Hi everyone, Sharon here with Max Senior, and we're at the end of day 10. So we start off in Budapest, and I wanted to show you how the whole city is uprooted, torn up. They are fixing every road, it seems, in every part of the city. And just when we would think that we were past all the construction, we'd, come to a different part of the city and there would be more of it. It was really amazing. So now we're a little further down the road. And this was a travel day, so, the travel days are not always the most interesting videos. So they have IKEA here also. Here's more construction. It's just amazing to me. And I finally had my husband at one point pull over so I could wash that bug off the windshield, because really the best view is out the front window. We have just arrived at his aunt's house. We're just turning onto her street in Százhalombatta. Took me a while to learn how to say that. It was actually easier than learning how to say Székesfehérvár. Really, Hungary has the most unusual names. Now, this is inside his aunt's house, and I wanted to show it to you because this is a very typical Hungarian, what they call block houses. And his aunt is 87 years old, and she lives alone, and she's just the sweetest thing in the world. Her name is Sama, and she's feeding him some grapes. And she's a neatnik. Her house, you can eat off of her floors. It's amazing. So now we're leaving her house and we're going to her son Laci's house. And Laci, I think, is about 4 years older than my husband, and he's a huge music fan. And so we were bringing him a CD that he can't get in that country. So this is just, I just kind of wanted to show you what different towns look like. And this actually, GPS took us on this road, and it doesn't seem like my husband's going really fast to be on a path like this. Anyway, we're just about to his house. And he had the most wonderful apples. Oh my gosh. These apples are so delicious. I've never tasted anything like these apples. And they're all over Hungary. And this is a quince tree. I'm not real crazy about quince. This is a quince, an apple, and a little tiny apple. So you can actually see the Duna from the terrace off of their living room. And I can remember when this particular cousin and his wife lived in a block house, and their dream was to build on this land that they had bought. And they're now living in their dream house. And this pottery is famous in Hungary. And this is an ancient, almost like prehistoric burial ground. I don't know that it's prehistoric, but it is really, really ancient. Oh yeah, back to prehistory. And I didn't go in, you have to buy a ticket, but there are these big mounds. There are burial mounds. There's a picture of them. Yeah, I haven't gotten the bug off the wall yet. And then this is leaving Százhalombatta. And it was another day for spectacular clouds in the sky. They're just beautiful. I know it was a gorgeous sunset. We were inside by the time the sun did set, so I didn't get to see it, but I just loved the sky. It was beautiful the whole trip. And my husband has Mozart playing in the background, as well as other music. It was fun to listen to. It's an old church. It's really, really beautiful countryside in this part of Hungary. This is the southern part. I just love these old churches. Of course, this church in the distance is nowhere near the age of the church where we got married. And we're getting close to Mamfa at this point. And Mamfa is where we got married in 2001. And the church, which is coming up, you'll see, oh, here's another little cemetery with a church nearby. And I always like that. So this is our church. And like I said, it's 800 years old. When we got married, there were 59 friends and family that was in the audience, and it was packed. So you can imagine how small it is on the inside, but it still has a little bell tower with a bell in it that you can climb up these little tiny rickety stairs and ring the bell. And I just love this church. It was a very sweet church to get married in. And of course, it's just lush green. And there was this big sign that shows where Mamfa is in the world, a Google Maps sign. And I wanted to show you Posta is the post office, and our cousin that we're getting ready to visit is the postmistress of Mamfa. So now we're turning down the street that takes you into Mamfa. This is Mamfa. We're turning onto Zsuzsi and Attila's street, and there is their house, and you can see the little green Posta sign. And so this is where they live, and this is the post office for the village. She's the postmistress. I just love that. So this is looking up the street and then panning to this point. This is where they come in through the little gate and walk along the side of the house. And that's a living room window, a side window, and that's the kitchen window. And that's the post office in back. And I think that this is the postmistress' cousin, Zsuzsi. This is one of my favorite places to be in the world. And of course, she is the best baker in the world. And even though this picture is kind of dark, that is a basket of pogača. And they're little salty biscuits. They are delicious. I gained so much weight eating those because once you start, it's really hard to stop. That's their kitchen, and this is their door, and a pretty little jade plant. And then this is looking out on their patio in the back of the house. Oh, I sent my husband to look for a snail. Their snails are huge. They're like 4 times larger than the snails that we have in the States. And I really wanted to find one, and we didn't find one tonight, but Zsuzsi assures me that we'll find one in the morning. And now these are huge slugs. They're the biggest slugs I've ever seen. Well, actually, I've seen banana slugs, and banana slugs are bigger. There's Ishwan trying to find one for me. He is so sweet and accommodating. I said, I need to show him one of those big snails. So we're up on the hillside behind their house, and this is the scenery back there. I just love being here. Okay, here's another slug I found on the way back to the house. I tried to see if I could get close enough to really see its little face, but I couldn't. Now, this is the traditional palinka, and when you go visit a Hungarian, even families that don't drink, you have a shot of palinka, and this was our food for the night, and it was delicious. I've gained weight, I'm sure. So that's it. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow.